This episode is sponsored by Stitch Fix, Omaha Steaks, and Honey. Sorry, there is 3 sponsors this week. We had to move stuff around so that we could have some time off to spend with our families. So we'll get through the ads quick, and we hope you understand. But let's get into the weird news.
Yeah, so the city of Nashville, Tennessee may be most known as the capital of country music, but it also apparently has one of the highest crime rates in the nation, with violent crime at 3 times the national average. Dealing with this situation is no longer just a job for the police. This is a job for a superhero, or rather a citizen hero, as the Shadow Patriot refers to himself.
Wow.
This man right here, whose identity remains unknown despite him having a distinctive handlebar mustache, is the Shadow Patriot, who patrols the streets of Nashville looking like a cross between Evel Knievel and the Watchmen character, the comedian. Also, a little bit of Lemmy from Motorhead in there as well.
Well, it's good to see that the normal, everyday superheroes are moving east from Seattle and moving down south to a cheaper place to live. Yeah. This is probably the result of that.
Yeah, good.
Shadow Patriot was recently profiled on Nashville's News Channel 5, saying in an interview, "Nashville in daytime, it's a fun place to be. It's family. It's history. It's really incredible buildings. It's communities, and it's all types of people. That's the Nashville that I see. As the sun goes down, all those things take on a grayer tone and sometimes become bad, sometimes dangerous. There are problems, and that's where the Shadow Patriot comes in. I'm a citizen patriot that patrols the streets of Nashville at night. During the day, I promote America. Part of being American is protecting your neighborhood, so that's when the patrols started. Basically, they're just an extended version of a neighborhood watch. I walk the street, I keep my eyes open. Most people are ignorant of their surroundings and not know who's behind them. And it's the Shadow Patriot creeping up on you as you're walking your dog.
No, I'm saving you. I'm protecting you.
That dog was rabid."
So, all right, cool. Shadow Patriot, whose motto is serve, inform, protect, inspire, spends his days and nights just sort of walking around, keeping an eye out in case anything happens. He says that he's been doing this for 5 years. And yeah, I've seen some posts going back at least 5 years. Yeah. But it's also unclear if his crime fighting has ever, in those 5 years, actually extended beyond just walking up to random people, walking around at night and telling them, hey, be careful out there.
Oh, thank you, Shadow Patriot. I feel a lot safer now out on the streets.
Yeah.
Smacks a hamburger out of hand. That has cholesterol in it.
Yeah, which
You're welcome.
This guy walking up to you saying, hey, be careful.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
That might seem like a threat more than anything else if you don't know the context of who this person is. At one point in this report, he says that he's been attacked at least once before, but neither he nor anyone else mentioned any incidents where he actually saved anyone from danger.
Well, it's good to know that he has there's villains and he has a nemesis. There's like a shadow communist that's lurking the streets.
No, because briefly he's just like, yeah, some guys pulled me into an alleyway, but I was all right because I had my armor. And then the person he's talking to was like, they pulled you into an alley? And then it just cuts away from that. I'm like, wait, I want to hear more about this.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Cut the cameras.
Captain Communism?
They gave me a wedgie and it was pretty embarrassing. I had my American flag shorts on and the whole thing was a mess.
This report is so weird because there's so many questions that they just failed to answer.
Yeah, they just cut away, leave it unanswered. But that's part of the fun. It's part of the mystery.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So that's why he's the Shadow Patriot.
The Shadow Patriot. He's not the brightly colored Patriot.
No.
Some things are best kept in the shadows.
Exactly. Now, it's unclear what Shadow Patriot's hours are, like when he sleeps or whatever, but during the day, he walks the streets of Nashville, not to fight crime, but, as he says, to promote America, which seems like a weird thing to do in general, but especially in a city like Nashville, which isn't especially known for not loving America.
I feel like Nashville's pretty patriotic.
Yeah. Pretty sure Michael W. Smith owns the punk rock venue there, and it's also a skate park. Rocket Town.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, country music is basically American propaganda. I think Nashville, of all places, is doing all right.
Now, they do have that one strip, the tourist strip, which kind of resembles like a Bourbon Street or something else. It might get a little seedy at night.
But that's part of being in America.
Yeah.
America's all about big trucks, cold beers, and big tits.
Yeah, and loud neon signs.
And Nashville's got them all.
Yeah, and indoor bull riding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole promoting America thing, it just kind of involves him walking around in his full costume carrying a giant American flag. Not looking like a weirdo at all.
Totally just sane person out here promoting America.
Look there, it's the Shadow Patriot. Kids, go get your picture taken with him. Or don't. According to Shadow Patriot himself, if that's all I can do, just promote America and make people happy about being Americans, I have achieved my goal. Wow. I'm glad you showed up because I was starting to hate America.
Yeah, I was about ready to say some mean things about this country, but then this weird fucking man walked up to me and, waving his American flag, and I was like, you know what? I do love this country.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can get out.
He will fly you over the border.
So this segment, another weird thing, it was apparently filmed over Memorial Day weekend. A long time ago. And it's unclear why they waited 6 months to air it.
It's sweeps week, baby.
I mean, it's probably like people taking an early Thanksgiving. They're like, we got segments to film.
I also think it's a bit, it ain't right to put it on Memorial Day weekend. This guy, this vigilante crime fighter.
They filmed it for Memorial Day weekend. We're like, we can't air this.
You're wearing a superhero costume, not a stolen valor.
So I don't know why they waited so long to air it, but in the footage shot on Memorial Day, the Shadow Patriot is seen walking around handing people little green plastic army men and telling them, remember a soldier. He claims that veterans and families of veterans have tearfully thanked him for doing this. And I don't know, maybe that's true, but again, the idea that Americans aren't already constantly reminded about like respecting the troops and whatnot is very silly.
Yeah, I mean, I could technically believe it that they, would make them happy enough to like cry because old veterans, there's nothing they love more than blind patriotism.
Sure.
So it's like they're probably like fine, like at least someone's out and proud about.
Finally,
being
someone
a
is saying nice things about the troops in America. You never hear it anymore.
Yeah.
Never.
But hey, it's all pretty much harmless. And the Shadow Patriot is shown passing out supplies to the local homeless population and checking in on them. And that's a very kind thing to do.
Yeah.
Shadow Patriot is clearly a man of the people. The whole superhero thing, the citizen hero thing, it's pretty odd, but his heart seems to be mostly in the right place. At one point, he stresses to the camera that only 3 or 4 people know his real identity, which seems ridiculous since his nose, mouth, chin, and mustache are pretty distinctive, and it doesn't seem like he does anything to mask the sound of his voice, but sure. It's also a lot of links in that chain that could be broken at any point in time if someone really wanted to know.
I feel like probably dozens, if not hundreds of people know that it's him, but they're like they're being polite.
It's the Shadow Patriot.
They're being polite, and they're like, oh, wow, did you hear what Shadow Patriot did last week?
They're probably like,
who?
It keeps him busy.
Yeah.
It's either this or greeting people at Walmart. Let the Shadow Patriot give the army men out.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you find yourself in Nashville in the middle of the night and you see a costumed man approaching you, do not be alarmed. It's just the Shadow Patriot, and he just wants to help. Unless it's not, and it's that Shadow Communist.
The Shadow Communist.
His arch nemesis.
Well, if things keep going the way they're going, we are all going to need people like Shadow Patriot out there defending us, because in just 20 years' time, we're all going to look like this. Or at least that's according to the office supply company Fellows. In the tradition of Graham, the ideal man capable of surviving car accidents, and Alice, the perfect ideal woman, comes Emma, the dark future of humankind. Hunched back, protruding stomach, sore eyes, varicose veins everywhere, yellowish skin, and thick wrists and ankles. This is apparently what everyone will look like in 20 years if we don't change our ways.
Thinking about it, Graham is pretty much the only human representation that I could see driving the Tesla truck.
I knew he was going to say that.
He would look perfect in the Tesla truck.
And we will talk about the Tesla truck on this week's Tech News.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, apparently this is how we're all going to look. Not really, but the point of all this is to show through some pretty grotesque exaggeration how unhealthy it is to spend all day sitting at a desk. Sitting in a chair hunched over a computer for most of the day, not really moving, is very bad for your body and your mind, and it could lead to all sorts of health problems over time, especially if a person then just goes home and spends the rest of their waking hours sitting on the couch and not offsetting any of this with physical activity. According to Fellows' press release, 90% of British office workers suffer from poor health due to their work environment, and 70% resort to medication to manage these issues. They didn't say a damn thing about the gloomy weather.
Yeah. Just put a big old fake sun above Britain. You're going to see productivity rise.
Caricature needs a cloud full of just raining on them, following them around.
Now, I don't know if those statistics are correct. They seem a bit extreme. Nor do I know nor do I think that we're going to look like Emma in 20 years. I hope not. But point taken, fellows, office supply company. The press release does offer up solutions that, to prevent all this. And it can be summed up with, stop sitting for so long. But obviously this is an office supply company that just wants to scare you into buying their products. Like the brand new Fellows Elea chair, which does in fact look like the pinnacle of ergonomic comfort. What an amazing chair.
Yeah.
Sitting in that chair sure looks like heaven. And all this sitting that we all do would probably be a lot less harmful in one of these bad boys. Oh, wait, never mind. These chairs cost $1,200. Guess I'll die then.
I mean, are they not taking into account the fact that, for the past 80 years or so, people have held desk jobs and gone home and sat and done nothing?
Well, they're saying, obviously this is a press release, but they're saying like the first industrial revolution had a lot of health problems associated with it.
Yeah, the black lung.
Yeah, and they're saying like a similar thing is happening. Like the more people are like, because even in like the 80s and 90s, you had to like get up from your desk a lot to
go walk to the tube that takes all the notes.
Yeah, the pneumatic tube or like the filing cabinet. And like today, everything's become so convenient that you can sit at your desk not moving for hours at a time. And like, I've had this happen to me where I'm like sitting just slightly off axis and I get up and my neck is just like ruined.
True.
Yeah, it's bad.
But let's move on now to checking in on some old Weekly Weird News characters. Martin Shkreli, the farmer bro who got famous for raising the price of a prescription drug and then being a total dick about it, then got sent to prison for 7 years for completely unrelated financial crimes, is someone that we haven't heard from in a while. Can you believe the whole Daraprim price hike thing was more than 4 years ago? Congrats on graduating high school, by the way. He's also been locked up for over 2 years at this point. We are getting old.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about that.
No.
Anyways, last we heard from Martin Shkreli was back in April when he was placed in solitary confinement after reports that he probably himself leaked about him illegally using a smuggled cell phone to run his company from behind bars.
But Martin said it wasn't smuggled in his asshole. He made me say that.
And honestly, even for an absolute dipshit like Martin Shkreli, solitary confinement is cruel and unusual punishment and should probably be illegal. But we digress. It's unclear how long he was stuck in solitary. But this week, we've got the news that despite Shkreli and his legal team's best efforts to get his case appealed and get his convictions overturned, that ain't happening. And he's now absolutely not getting out until September 2023, a little less than 4 years from now.
Just in time for the new Avatar movies. He's going to be so excited.
Martin, here's your new car. It's a
Tesla
weird
Cybertruck.
fucking warthog-esque truck.
If he doesn't get out of solitary, he's going to look like Emma.
I mean, I guess he could get out for good behavior, but the whole like cell phone in the butthole thing, that's counts against
I said it wasn't in his ass. Shkreli's legal team started working on his appeals case immediately after his sentence was handed down in March of 2018 on the grounds that the judge used confusing language when speaking to the jury about securities fraud and that the financial penalties were too high. But this past July, a federal appeals court unanimously rejected the appeal. So they appealed again, but further up the chain. Much further, actually. It went to the U.S. Supreme Court. Getting a court case settled by the Supreme Court, it's damn near impossible. They get around 10,000 petitions each year and only accept 100 to 150 of them. So the chances were never that great. And this week, the Supreme Court officially rejected the case. So that's it. Martin Shkreli is not getting out of prison until 2023, and he'll be 40 years old then. And that is so far away that we can't even say with certainty that we'll still be around to report it or that anyone will even care at that point, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, by 2023, I'm going to be like completely hunched over.
Yeah.
I'm going to have cankles on my wrists.
We need those chairs.
Varicose I need to get that $1,200 for a lifetime of pain-free.
Well, we do have 3 sponsors this week. Maybe we can get some chairs.
Yeah, let's get some good chairs.
Yeah.
This chair, the Fellows chair, it's like a swing built into a chair.
I don't like the movements
incredible.
that you're doing, but I like the chair.
It's a fuck chair.
I'll stick with my race car chair.
Yeah. You can't put a price on a good chair. Anyway, speaking of the Supreme Court, let's check in on Jack Burkman and Jacob Wohl, who have apparently shifted their strategy away from absurd press conferences on Burkman's front porch to running cheaply produced ads on television, urging people to call their representatives and demand that Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg be impeached from the Supreme Court. Let's just watch the ad.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg wants the age of consent to be 12. She thinks that prostitution is a constitutional right. Ginsburg once said, "If I were queen, no death penalty for child rapists." America deserves better than morally bankrupt Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Now she's sick as a dog, riddled with cancer, and missing in action. No one has seen her in weeks. Is she even alive? Call your congressman and tell them, impeach RBG. This message was paid for by Project 5099.
Wow, that's shitty and low effort even by political smear ad standards. Great job, guys. Anyway, what's Jacob up to these days? All right, well, looks like he went private on Instagram, so not much to report on there either.
He did have that court case coming up, so who knows?
That is coming up, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe someone finally told him to shut the fuck up and he listened.
Could be.
I doubt it, though.
He might be sweating. It's like, oh, shit. The judge and the lawyers, they're all probably going to look at my social.
Yeah.
So I should probably...
Well, now, guess what? He's his dad's photographer, probably. Because this week, a lot of people, they were talking about Jacob Wohl's dad instead of Jacob Wohl. And let's just check in on that.
Oh
my God.
What?
Wow. So, okay, we don't talk much about David Wohl, but all you really need to know is that he's just an older, weirder Jacob Wohl, who, like his son, was once considered reputable enough to bring on Fox News as a talking head, but someone who nobody really takes seriously anymore, even on the right side of politics. Like his son, though, David Wohl has no shame, and that's evidenced by this horny calendar that he and, I guess, his girlfriend just teased the world with.
All this MAGA, all this making America great again, makes me want to crank my hog.
And I get to stare at this 1 month at a time.
If your love of Donald Trump and the troops makes you irrationally horny.
Shadow Patriot here, masturbating furiously from the bushes.
I just want people to appreciate America, and the utmost appreciation is actually ejaculating near a flag, but never on the flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're requesting that all Nashville residents take down their American flags. We've got a pervert on the loose. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah. If Donald Trump and if all this weird right-wing grifter shit gets you horny, this is the calendar for you. For just $24.95, you can get 12 straight months of shirtless silver fox David Wohl in various sexy poses with model Breck Worsham, a real name.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is that... I don't
Breck
know.
Worsham, not just a Tim and Eric name. That's a real person's name.
Jacob, you're good at coming up with random shit. What's my girlfriend's name?
Breck Worsham. And all proceeds from this calendar will vaguely go to charitable causes to aid our wounded warriors and vets, which is a fun way of making people think you're talking about the Wounded Warriors Project without actually saying you're going to give money to the Wounded Warriors Project.
No, it's like David Wohl's friends who were like struck by shrapnel in the Iraq War, and then he's like, I'm going to give you $1,000 if you give me 900 of it back.
Yeah. It's just going straight to David Wohl. Like, look, I wasn't personally privileged to serve, but I'd like to think I would have served pretty hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, if this idea and these photos disgust you, well, don't worry. The photos are airbrushed to kingdom come. You won't see a single pore on either of these people. Their skin is as smooth as porcelain.
And at about $2 per month, how can you afford not to have this calendar?
That's just $2 a month, and you're going to jack off like 30 to 60 times.
Except
each month.
On November, they're fully clothed. They don't want to tease you.
November, it's just them praying.
Yeah, don't do it.
Well, November is like when the election is, so they're probably a little more tasteful.
It's them in the voting booth.
Yeah.
With their pants down.
Like,
slapping the belt with their dick.
just fucking on a voting booth.
Yeah. Anyways, who the hell is this Breck Worsham lady?
Breck Worsham.
It's me, Breck Worsham.
Okay, but what's
my
your real
parents
name?
fucking hated me.
What's your real name, though, Breck?
Anyways, Worsham. That kind of, maybe that's why they're taking the money. They're too low on the nerves.
It's a war sham.
Yeah, Breck Worsham. Who is that? Well, in addition to apparently being David Wohl's girlfriend, she's one of many women who fall into the category of thirst trap MAGA grifter. Basically, she does sexy photos in various states of undress, and she loves the president. Fair enough. She's also a terrible person, though. Sorry, had to put that in there.
Yeah.
The day after Representative Elijah Cummings died, she posted this meme of him tweeting from hell along with John McCain.
Classy.
Very classy. She's also, like Jacob Wohl, been banned from Twitter for a while now, though unlike Jacob, who got booted for running fake accounts, Breck got banned for repeatedly tweeting out what you could interpret as calls to violence. She told James Comey to sleep with one eye open, talking about shooting migrants at the border and tweeting about a potential civil war. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, she and David Wohl are a perfect match.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah, and if you would like to see both of these terrible people getting real sexy and half naked with each other, I mean, you already have. We did that to you. But now you can get all 12 months
Yeah.
by visiting this website and giving money to a charity that is almost certainly non-existent.
Well, you know, Breck and
Breck.
you know, Breck, you see, no, I didn't.
Breck.
The money was not misused. You see, Breck and Jacob, they were victims of the social media wars.
Yeah.
And they have the scars
the
to prove
posting wars. Yeah, Jacob Wohl is a wounded veteran. He
his
lost
Twitter
his
account taken away.
Yeah, if that sounds like something you're absolutely not interested in spending money on, well, maybe perhaps consider spending your money on one of the show's sponsors.
We have a lot today.
Who we will now tell you about. And
Yeah.
yeah, we already said this. We usually have 2 ads, but because next week's Thanksgiving, we had to move things around. We got 3 this time.
Yeah, we're going to be sleeping a lot this weekend and
Yeah.
hugging our mothers and fathers.
Just picking up that gravy boat and doing ass to, or mouth to.
Yeah, ass to. There you go.
It's the ass of the gravy boat.
I'm taking a ham and just all in one swipe, pulling the bone out clean.
Like Sylvester the Cat.
This episode is sponsored by Stitch Fix. Personal style is like a fingerprint. Everyone has their own. Whatever your style, the expert stylists at Stitch Fix are ready to help you express yourself. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that delivers your favorite clothing brands right to your door. To get started, go to stitchfix.com/weird, answer some questions about your preferred style, and your personal shopper will ship you a box of clothes, shoes, and accessories.
There is no commitment required, and you only pay for what you keep. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. Plus, the $20 styling fee is automatically applied towards anything you keep from your box. You'll never have to worry about looking good again with Stitch Fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com/weird and get an extra 25% off when you keep everything in your box. That's stitchfix.com/weird.
And second up, this episode is also sponsored by Honey. Giving holiday gifts is great, but overspending, obviously not great. Why spend more than you have to? Finding the lowest price is easy if you use Honey. Honey is a free browser extension that automatically finds the best promo codes whenever you shop online on over 20,000 sites like Amazon, eBay, Target, Best Buy, and more.
Yeah, I recently purchased a ramp for my 3-legged dog. He used to just come to the bottom of the bed and be like, let me on the bed now. He's got a ramp now that I got, and I saved a decent amount of money off of it thanks to Honey. And it was just, I didn't even think to do it. It was on my browser, it automatically did it for me.
There you go.
So that's cool. If you're buying holiday gifts this season, and I reckon you probably are, you need Honey. If you're not, you probably know someone who is, so do them a solid, tell them about Honey. Honey helps make sure you're getting the best price for whatever you're buying. It's free to use, it installs in just 2 clicks, and you can get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/weird. That's joinhoney.com/weird.
But if your wife walks in when you're buying presents and she asks what you're doing, you cover the screen and say, nothing, honey. It's a 90s cereal commercial.
I get it.
We're old. Anyways, this episode is also sponsored by Omaha Steaks. This season, Omaha Steaks is sharing an amazing limited time offer for our viewers to get a jump on your holiday shopping and the food you're going to eat. Go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code WEEKLYWEIRD, all one word, in the search bar to order the favorite gift package. The gift for all your friends and all of your family. They're all going to love it, and that is only $69.99.
Order now and you'll get 4 6-ounce bacon-wrapped filet mignons, the most tender steak in the world, 4 savory premium pork chops, 4 Omaha Steaks burgers, 4 perfectly browned potatoes au gratin, 4 made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets, and an Omaha Steak seasoning packet, plus, only for our viewers, a free 6-piece cutlery set and cutting board.
Nice.
Yeah. All this delicious food, plus the free cutlery set, they'll enjoy for years to come for only $69.99.
I'll literally throw away all my knives because I never sharpen them.
Yeah.
So this is great. Again, order now and you can get the favorite gift package plus the free 6-piece cutlery set and cutting board for just $69.99. And that's by going to omahasteaks.com and typing Weekly Weird, all one word, into the search bar. Don't wait. This offer ends soon. Holidays right around the corner. Get that favorite gift package today. My dad got me Omaha Steaks last year for Christmas. I was like, Dad, they sponsored the show. They sent me a box. But thank you so much.
They sent me a sampler recently, and I had bacon-wrapped filet mignon like
every night.
4 nights in a row.
Yeah.
With the potatoes au gratin and the pie, or the caramel apple tartlet. It is all very good.
So that's the thing is like, I didn't even tell my dad that we were sponsored by them. And he doesn't watch this show, so proof that parents love it. If you're looking for something for your parents.
Dads love it.
Yeah.
Get them a Manscaped. Some meat and a trimmer.
Shave your balls and cook some steak.
Same time, baby.
Let's get into the headlines before they stop sponsoring us.
Yeah, here's one I wanted to actually go into more, but I didn't have time. Senior French official accused of drugging women to watch them urinate. This is this is very fucked up.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, this government official in I think the Ministry of Culture or some shit,
It's art.
Women would show up for job interviews, and he would be like, "Oh, would you like some tea?" And they'd be like, "Sure." He would pump it full of diuretics, and then he'd be like, "I like to do my job interviews while on a walk." So he'd take them on a walk down to the river, and they would be in extreme pain, have to pee, have to go right fucking now. And he's like, "All right, just go over here by the river. I'll shield you with my jacket." But the whole time he's looking at it, he's like, yeah, go. So he did this to a lot of women, along with just other generally creepy shit. But this is some real original diabolical stuff.
Pour your own tea. That's the.
And people are like, "Oh, why are women so paranoid about their drinks?" It's
because people are out there trying to con them into peeing in front of them.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, don't
take a French man's tea.
Don't take a French man's tea.
Oh, man. Former Vice President Joe Biden says he won't push to legalize marijuana. Says it may be a gateway drug. Shut up.
That alone should be disqualifying.
Oh, he did. Oh.
And then at the debate, he
oh my God,
twisted around that like a snake. He's like, "Look, it should be decriminalized. I don't want to see anyone going to prison for it. But we just need more time to study it. We don't know if it's dangerous or not." Joe, you sound like the fucking cop from Dare that came into my 6th grade classroom.
There's so many bad things that he did this week. He's a terrible candidate. He needs to drop out. He can't even complete sentences.
Yeah.
What was the one where the people were yelling at him when he was leaving, and he was like,
Go vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Vote for Trump then.
Yeah, why don't you vote for Trump then?
Yeah, and it was people, they were just like, hey.
And he was like,
they were like, hey,
you and
you and Obama also locked up a lot of immigrants and their children. So, what are you going to do about this? Or are you just going to keep doing what you did when you were vice president? He's like, why don't you just vote for Trump? I don't care. He's just not even answering.
The man's out of his fucking mind,
Here's
literally.
Another Biden headline. Biden in Democratic debate says you have to keep punching to address domestic violence.
It's
this is like a fucking Michael Scott, Ricky Gervais moment.
Yeah. It's like a poster that would be hanging on the wall of Michael Scott's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give
and then he's like,
let's give domestic violence a black eye.
And you got to punch, and everyone's like, everyone's gasping.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, no, I'm serious.
I'm serious. We need to beat the shit out of domestic violence.
Yeah.
We need to take our belts off and just whip this problem out of this country.
And then every sentence, he would either give up and be like, you know what I'm saying, or he would be like, everybody knows me. Everybody knows me.
Yeah.
I was the vice president, baby.
Yeah. But hey, still polling great.
I love that.
Might be what America wants.
Every paragraph he finishes, the last sentence is almost, you can't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah, at least Trump's word salad is actually
coherent. You can understand the words.
It has its own grammatical rules. They're all very weird and esoteric, but they do make sense within their own fucked up system.
They are words. Yeah. The order they're in is weird, but they're words.
Yeah, Trump has thoughts. He articulates them in very bizarre ways, but they are coherent thoughts.
Loudly, by the way.
Joe Biden's is incoherent.
Yeah.
He just words sort of come out of his mouth.
Yeah. My favorite part about this too is just a day or two after in the impeachment hearing where they're like, okay, so let me get this straight. You were sitting across from Sondland and you heard Trump over his phone and you heard what he said. I find that hard to believe. And then this morning, Friday morning when we filmed this, Trump goes on Fox and Friends for 55 minutes and screams the entire time on the phone. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, let's do a test here.
Yeah.
Turn your phone on, not loud enough to where it's not even speakerphone, if it was the hearing in your ear.
Yeah.
And then set it 3 feet across from someone who's sitting at a table with you, and see if they could hear what he's saying, because that's how he talks on the phone all the time.
He's not a quiet person. No.
He's screaming the entire time.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to a different headline.
That's enough politics for now.
Scientists develop slippery toilet coating to stop poo sticking.
Yeah, it's
Big problem.
I don't know why they're focusing specifically on toilets, because they've basically invented a Teflon that's twice as slippery as Teflon. But it's yeah, we're going to coat toilets in this shit, and you're going to need like way less water, just like a little bit of water. The poo will it'll just make its own way through there.
When I'm at a public toilet, what am I gonna do? I gotta pee the poop off the walls. It's something I do. You gotta keep busy when you're in there peeing. You chip away at it. Everybody does their part. The 10 people behind me, they're working at it too.
I mean, they got to start putting those flies on every toilet.
It's like we're all out there in the coal mines just chipping away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the person who used this before me.
Didn't do a good job.
They did a very bad job. I will, you know what? I'm going to be a friend.
Take care of this for
I'm
him.
going to power wash that poo with my built-in power washer.
Wouldn't it be embarrassing if the next person saw this poop streak in here? Also, and this is a big problem in public toilets. You walk in there, you're like, wow, this is horrifying in here. Yeah. But here's the problem. When I leave, the next person,
they're going to think it was you.
They're going to think it was me in here doing all this.
Yeah.
So I have to sit here and fucking pressure wash this toilet before they think it's me.
Yeah, well,
these are the problems.
That's what shame will do to you.
Thank God for this slippery toilet coating.
Yeah. Surgeon on New York-bound flight sucks urine from blocked bladder of elderly passenger in life-saving procedure.
A hero. I salute this man.
He sucked that man's dick. No, he didn't. I like to think he sucked the dick, but no, it's even more hardcore than
it's
that.
like siphoning gas from a car.
That's what he fucking...
Oh, I just pictured it.
He MacGyvered this shit. Like, he pulled, like, a syringe out of the plane's first aid kit and then pulled, like, a rubber tube off of, like, an emergency oxygen tank and, like, punctured this man's bladder, started siphoning it, like, gas out of the car, and he emptied this man's bladder because he was going to die. Like, the guy had, like, a...
There was a Frenchman on board that offered him some tea, and... No, that was for the woman!
Could be. These stories may be connected.
That was for the young lady next to you. Please, God, tell me you didn't drink that at your age.
No, I do not like watching men pee. What are you, disgusting?
Please tell me you calf. If you do not calf, we are going to have a problem.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. This is
fucking
disgusting,
but
that doctor is a hero.
A hero.
He sucked the pee out.
And the whole plane clapped. Obama was there.
He's like, I'm done. No one look at me.
The man is saved.
I'd like a glass of water, please.
Sprays it over the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Now you all got it on you.
Now we're all weird. Don't tell a damn soul.
This is a piss pact. We're all in it.
Guy's whipping his tube around. Woo!
Not a word of this, but someone squealed.
Yeah.
British man nearly dies after parasite crawls into his penis and lays eggs.
Oh, what a way to go.
Yeah. This is fucked. He was like in Africa somewhere on vacation.
That'll happen.
And there's some little parasitic worm, tiny, can't see it with the naked eye. He was out swimming, crawled up his dick hole, laid some eggs up in his body, and then it like spread to like his spinal cord. He like still doesn't have full mobility.
Jesus.
But yeah, they were like, no one could figure out what the fuck it was.
That's why I wear a condom every time I get into a pool or a body of water.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing one right now. Just you never know.
Yeah.
Air parasites might be a thing.
Got to keep it on there. Keeps your penis young, too.
Yeah. It's like,
down there, I look like, it's like a child's penis down there.
It's like wearing one of those like Korean masks that moisturizes your face.
Mm-hmm. Except you never let your dick have oxygen.
Yeah. And like, sometimes you gotta pee, but just a little, so it like you blow it up like a balloon.
Yeah, then you just tie it off and throw it.
You tie it off, you throw it in a car that's driving fast. You throw it in a Tesla truck that's driving fast.
Boo.
Please do that.
Yeah. Thailand garbage collector finds smelly mass that could be whale vomit worth over $100,000. Is the people from Iceland trying to turn this into beer or something?
No, it's they use it in perfume. It's like one of the key ingredients in perfume, and I guess like now that whaling is considered bad, it's very valuable. Like the perfume companies can't just go out and like kill whales for this shit. They have to just sort of wait till it washes up on shore. Because they'll puke it out, and it's just like, it's disgusting. It smells fucking awful. But I don't know how anyone figured this out in the first place, but if you let it dry out, like the stinky stuff goes away, and it becomes like that sweet smell that's in perfume.
Sure.
Anyway, this guy found
Well, people used to have a lot of time on their hands.
They did.
Yeah.
This guy found like a brick of it, just out picking up trash on the beach. Could be worth $100K. It's life changing.
Why? So here, like,
This happens
if I
like
found
fairly
this,
often.
I wouldn't even like have been. At what point does he get this mess that he found appraised?
I don't know. Like it's
Wait, I know a whale guy.
It seems pretty sought after,
Yeah.
and it's like enough of a thing. I've seen multiple
Throw it
stories.
on the back of the moped and take it into town.
Like it happens in Thailand, like at least once a year. Like some
need to go to
random
Thailand.
dude will be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is disgusting." They're like,
That man's name, Vernon Unsworth. I paid for my legal defense against Elon Musk with whale vomit.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Chicago bar installs over 70 big mouth Billy Bass to sing popular songs in unison.
Good for them, I
I
guess.
will not be visiting this bar.
Absolutely not. This doesn't even make sense in Chicago, but
They program. I mean, it is pretty cool. Like some person with too much time on their hands programmed it to sing like hundreds of songs. So it's pretty funny. They're like saying all these.
the whole point is that it's
popular
singing
songs.
popular songs about the water and fishing and.
Now they sing all sorts of songs, not just "Take Me to the River."
Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that this bar is near Wrigley Field. I have no basis on that, but
I don't know.
again, it goes back to my story of annoying bars when I went to the NASCAR cafe and they had a NASCAR that started up and ran for 15 seconds while you're eating, and everyone clapped.
Yeah, that sounds dumb.
Woo!
Imagine working there.
Nothing like eating a bunch of potato wedges and having literally deafening, thunderous motors revving just feet away.
Yeah.
That's why I have tinnitus.
Yeah.
Rod Stewart unveils Model Railroad City 23 years in the making. Good for him.
And it's fucking awesome.
I love this. This is like an enthusiast project that I think if I had money and time,
Yeah.
I would get into.
This is like truly remarkable. So he lives in Beverly Hills, and it's an entire floor of his house.
Yeah.
It's like 150 feet by like 50 feet.
Oh no, all
It's
these enthusiasts
it's
are like
crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's modeled after like New York City circa 1950, and it's insane.
Yeah.
It's just so funny that the guy, like Rod fucking Stewart, he's like, all right, after a long tour of just like pussy and cocaine and like just rocking the world, I'd like to come home and just like paint little figurines and make choo-choo trains drive around my room.
Is one of the tunnels just like a woman's legs that are up like this?
Probably.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, like he's not alone. There are people who have entire build barns in their backyards that this is just what's in it.
Yeah, dude, it's a form of art.
Yeah.
I wish there were ways to like actually see a lot of these things because it's all like private collections.
Funny you should say that. Walt Disney's is on public display at the train museum, just like a mile away.
Oh, really?
I
didn't know he even had a train museum.
Yeah, it's all of his fucking toy trains from his house. They put into this museum, and it's right up here by the Forest Lawn Cemetery in Burbank.
Everyone's just typing, okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay, boomer.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I like choo-choo trains.
Yeah. Oh my! Some of the best YouTube videos are the trains. Where the guy's freaking out about that train. That's a 19.
Oh, yeah, the train chaser guys.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh
weird. Yeah,
my
they just go
God.
down to the tracks and they wait for it, and they're like, "Yeah, right there. That's a 1993." They love it.
Well, that's because they're putting special ones on display. It's not just like, oh, here comes
Yeah.
the fucking Amtrak.
Yeah, because the train companies, like a couple times a year, they'll do like vintage train runs because they know there's like 20 or 30 weirdos who are going to stop by and they're like, "Oh, you never see those anymore."
And Metrolink smashed through an RV today.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why all those cops were driving?
That's a local story here.
Yeah. Final headline, and the most American headline. The U.S. won't clean up Marshall Islands' nuclear waste dome, but wants it free of anti-U.S. graffiti.
Perfect.
Yeah, so like Marshall Islands in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Pacific Ocean. We dropped like a lot of bombs over there.
Yeah.
And then they came in with the shovels, they picked up all the topsoil, they threw it in this like concrete dome, and they're like, all right, well, see you later. And the people in the Marshall Islands don't like this because, no one's maintaining the dome.
Yeah.
Could probably crack, might get some runoff. Also, if the sea levels rise by like just a few inches, it's going to leak nuclear waste into the Pacific Ocean and all of the like reefs in the area. So the people of the Marshall Islands, they're like, hey, America, maybe you could like do something about this. And America's like, first off,
Not our problem.
absolutely fucking not. That's not our problem. But secondly,
Clean up that graffiti.
I see some very anti-American sentiment graffitied on here. saying, please take your nuclear waste back.
The Navy gave us
Remove
this.
that.
The Navy gave us this card. It says, we should contact Doug Dimmadome from Dimsdale Dimmadomes. Does anyone know who that is? Doug's dead. What else you got?
They got us.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Marshall Islands.
Sorry, Marshall Islands. I guess you better find a new place to live.
But clean up that fucking graffiti before you leave.
Yeah, it's just so disrespectful. You know,
We should send the Shadow Patriot
The Shadow
over there.
Patriot will go over there. He will take care of that.
And then he's gonna accidentally scrub it a little too hard, get some of that nuclear waste on him, and become an actual superhero. the Patriot Avenger.
Nuclear Patriot.
Yeah. Well, we have that to look forward to,
Yeah.
and also we have some delicious turkey and ham and stuffing and all that to look forward to. So we're gonna get out of here, and we are gonna talk about the Muskmobile, the fucking Cybertruck, very soon. Before this taped Tech News Day, that'll be going up sometime soon because we did it in advance for Thanksgiving break. And aside from that, our merch is now up. You can go get our merch.
Yeah.
There's a link in the description, and we're probably going to pin a comment as well. All of our new merch is up now, itmerchstore.com. Check that out. It's up for a limited time. And in the meantime, check out some other videos over here.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.